Hey y'all, I'm Iamdejahair here. Today we are going to be coloring a wig. We are going to bleach the hair first, and then we are going to watercolor it. So you want to start off with 40 developer and some quick blue, bleach powder. You want to use about 5 scoops. I believe I used 3, but we are bleaching a lot of hair, and then we're going to also re-bleach it. So I would do about 5 to 6 scoops. You want to make sure you make enough, but I start off with 3. Then after you pour your bleach into your cup, you want to go ahead and pour in your 40 developer. Now, I made mine a thick consistency, but you should make it a thin consistency. If you make it thin, when I say thin, I mean like watery. Like, you don't want it too thick, like you're bleaching knots. So you want to make it thin, but a little thick. It's totally up to you. You can definitely produce more if you make it thin, but you can also make it thick. So it's too thick right here, so I'm just adding in more 40 developer to get it to a better consistency. And you're just going to keep pouring in 40 until you like the actual consistency. It just depends on what you like. So you want to make 2 small sections in the front of the hair. So you're going to make a small section on the left, and you want to make a small section on the right. You want to make sure that both sides are even. If it is not even, you need to adjust one side so it can match the other. You don't want to have one side thinner than the other or one side thicker of the other. So right now I'm just comparing both sides, and I noticed that the right side is a little bit thinner. So I'm just going to go ahead to the right side and just add a little bit more hairs so it can be even. After you make it even, you want to go ahead and put the back in a ponytail. You want to get that hair out of the way because we're going to start with the front. So you want to get your bleach, and you want to stir it up. You want to get it ready, make sure it's the right consistency again. And once you got the perfect consistency that you want to use, you want to go ahead and grab your foil. Place the foil under the hair and put the bleach on the hair. However you bleach the left side, you're going to bleach the right side the same exact way. If you start high, do the other side high. If you start low, do the other side low. You want both sides to match each other. So once you put the bleach on, comb through it because you want to make sure that you're getting all in between the hair, behind the hair. So I will comb the hair and then re-bleach it again. Once you think there's enough bleach on the hair, go ahead and fold the foil up and repeat the same steps on the other side. for the back, you're not going to go as high up as you did in the front. You're going to start lower. In the back, you can take sections or you can just bleach it all in one. I am going to go in sections because I want to make sure it's even all the way around, and I want to make sure that I'm getting in between the hairs. I don't want to leave no black. I want to make sure I get bleach on every part of the hair strand. So definitely I will go in sections. You can go as high up as you want or as low as you want, but just make sure that it is even in the back. But make sure you do some streaks because you don't want that line of demarcation. You want some uneven lines. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just making sure there's not a line of demarcation. And you're going to repeat the same steps to the other sections. Don't forget to comb through the hair because you want to make sure that you get bleach on every hair strand. You don't want to leave any hair black. Okay, so now I'm going back to the front and I'm going to check it. I want to get it a little bit lighter, so I'm going to add more bleach to it. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, because I want to make sure that when I color it with the watercolor, it shows. So I'm trying to bleach it as high as it goes. And I did leave the bleach on for like an hour and a half total. And you're just going to repeat the same steps on the other side and in the back. So you just check in for any black. You're checking for, you know, spots that didn't bleach as well. Or you're just checking to see what the color looks like and if you need it to lift to a higher color. After you take the foil off, you want to go ahead and rinse the hair out. Then you want to boil you some hot water. And we're going to be using crimson and wild cherry. I'm going to use more crimson than I am wild cherry. If you want to use more wild cherry, you can use more wild cherry, but I use more crimson than wild cherry. You just want to stir it up. You want to make sure that the color is saturated evenly in the water. You don't want any lumps. So you just want to stir it up. After you stir it up pretty good, you're going to go get your hair and you're going to place it in the bowl. I like to use a smaller bowl or a cup, whatever you want to use, but I like to use like a small bowl because the less water you use, the less color that you have to use, and it'll penetrate to the hair more than using a big container. So I left it here in the container for about 45 minutes. You can leave it in longer. Typically, I leave my watercolors in overnight. But this was a rush order, so I only have 45 minutes. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment more videos that you would like to see.